right, welcome back. Yesterday we made our iguana fly, and reviewing the iguana, it's growing on me. I liked how it turned out. Certain improvements definitely need to be made. Maybe a little bit thicker midsection, and then bigger hooks. For hook gaps, bigger hook gaps. But it's got a little rattle. It's got a little shake. Uh, I can see. I could see this actually catching a fish. So the iguana is growing on me. I like the iguana. Um, our mission for today is an Arctic char fly. I saw the Arctic char fly on the internet, and I'm gonna look. Um, the guy who tied its name was Andre Brunn, and he found an old Arctic char streamer. I used to fly fish big brown trout in Iceland many years ago. Big trout prey on smaller fish, and when there's an abundance of small trout in a lake, the big boys will hunt them down whenever they can. Um, this was a cool pattern because he added little bits of white rubber to represent the white fin tips on the pectoral and anal fin. There's three kind of white strips. I'm thinking maybe I can do one white piece of rubber and then try to color it into three segments. I don't know doing like three small pieces of rubber on the fly is feasible or not. But the other thing he did well was he segmented the orange and then the body color well, and then had a dubbing style head and integrated it into the wing quite beautifully. So we'll try to do all that. Let's get started here. We need a proper hook. Um, Yeah, I think this will do. This is a size 1 stinger, and I think this will be enough. Our thread, we'll use orange thread. And we'll do craft hair for the orange belly, some kind of natural hair for the wing. So let's get started. You get our orange thread going. Need a bobbin. I've never been to Iceland, but I know there are Arctic char in Greenland, which has been on the news a lot these days. But I think brook trout too, juvenile brook trout, which is a char. You could, if you are fishing a pike lake or a lake trout lake and they feed on the small brook trout, that'll be a winner. So we'll go ahead, we'll start our thread there. We'll start orange belly first. I didn't prepare any materials, but I have some orange craft fur, quite bright, maybe a little bit too bright, but we'll use some of it for get our body started here. Cut out a little bit, and then I'll pull out the shorts. Then I'll pay attention to the taper. Taper is a little bit long, so I'm just gonna hold it in my thumb and then break it off. And I think that'll be good. When I tie it in, I'm going to do 2 loose wraps, and then with my thumb on my right hand, I'm going to work that material down to the sides and to the bottom. To the sides and to the bottom. so it's not resting on the top of the hook. That's good. Tie it in. Then we'll do continuations, maybe one more section of orange. Oh, I should do the white. Our white fin. What material to use for the white fin? Maybe I'll do, instead of the rubber legs, maybe I'll do some, oh, I forget what, Zelon. This is Zelon. Yeah. I just can't see the rubber legs working that well. We'll do a little bit of Zelon for our tips. I want to create small taper, so I'm just pulling on some strands, and then I'll probably end up trimming this. I'm going to tie it in. I've wrapped it around the thread, and I'm now just cinching it to the bottom. And I want one, oh, it rolled over, so we'll roll it back down. I want one side on each side of the hook. Yeah. So that represents our two fins on each side. Now we'll start a little bit further back, and we'll tie in our wing. For the wing, we're going to use some kind of olive hair. This is Snow Runner. This stuff, it makes amazing streamers. We'll pull off the short stuff, and then we'll measure it. It doesn't need to be longer than maybe that should be a little bit darker. Let's blend some black in there. And then maybe some brown as well. If I have brown. Oh, what a mess. This drawer is just full of hair, all kinds of hair. I know I have brown. Okay, here we go. Cut out some brown. So we got a little bit of brown, a little bit of black, a little bit of olive. Let's blend that up. The straight olive on the back, I think the orange was too bright, so the olive on the back didn't look great. Yeah, that's good. It's a little bit heavy. I like it. We need when we're trimming off our dubbing, we're going to want to keep all of it, because we'll use that to build the head. I'm going to thin this out a little bit, I think. Thin it out a little bit. And then we'll tie that in. All right. That's good. Tie it in. Let's pick that out. Good. That orange is extending a little bit too far. That's okay. We'll do another section of orange with white fins. I should, maybe you could add weight. I'm not, for this pattern, I'm not adding any weight, but you could add weight. We'll take off those tips and we'll tie that in the belly. Tie that in the belly. Fold that back over. Tie it in the belly. Hide in my white fins. Do another section of Z-long. Fifty-50 on top. One on one side, one on the other. All right, so now we'll do another wing section and then we'll start building the head. One more wing section. Cut out olive. We'll do black. And we'll do brown. Okay. We'll mix that up. We don't have any flash. We'll throw a little flash in the head. That'll be our flash. The orange should be enough. That looks good. Pull out the excess. Measure our wing. That looks good. And go ahead and tie it in on top. That's too much. We'll trim her down. All right. I think we'll need one more section of orange. We got a bit of a gap. Pick out the wing. That's good. We'll do short fibers orange. And then we'll blend in a little bit of red flash. We'll blend that in. We have orange flash, but we'll blend it with red flash. And we'll tie this in 50-50 because this will be the start of our head. Let's get it close to where we stopped with the wing. Do that 50-50 and brush her back. Let's do another section of fin with the Z-long. Well, obviously we'll cut those down. It's getting too close to the eye of the hook. This is closer than I wanted to get to that eye. And then we'll place that. That's good. We'll have to cut that down. pick it out. Let's get, I want those fins coming down. Good. All right. Looks a bit messy thus far. Okay. Now we'll start building the head. We have our scrap material. We'll use that for the head. And then we'll blend some olive I stubbed in darker. Yeah, we'll do this darker green. We'll blend that in with the head. Give it a little flash. Blend it. Blend it. Blend it. And good. Okay. So I have a fairly wide bunch, and I'm gonna tie it in. You want to do one tight wrap, and then you don't want too many wraps in between this. So one tight, and then advance your thread, keeping tension on the thread, advance. Because we're gonna trim all of this down. Let's do it again. Maybe from the underside. We're gonna do one tight, advance the thread, tie it down, one tight. This is similar to tying in deer hair in terms of how we want to distribute the material. We want to, wrap that material wrapping around. Let's do one more. Finish her off, one tight, and then advance our thread. Excellent. And now we will whip finish and start making sense of this pattern. Things we'll have to do, we might have to thin out the wing, we're definitely going to have to trim out the head, and then we'll glue in some eyes. Looks like one of our fins is traveling. That's okay. Picking. Picking. Picking more. Good. All right. So from this fluffed out version, we're gonna come in with the scissors and just start shaping that face. Shaping the face. Like trimming your hedges. Now we'll take it back and we will start shaping some more. The goal is to not be able to see where the head starts and where the wing begins. Start shaping some more. So I should have stopped tying in the orange. I should have left more space for the head. This is looking more like a goldfish. And our white fins, we're gonna need to address the white fins. Cut those down. And then on the other side, we'll leave the back ones long. There, got the fins under control. Let's take a little bit off the tail. It's coming together. Bottom section's a little bit heavy. Take it down a little bit more. The dubbing head streamers swim really well. Because you end up packing them with super glue, which we will do here in a sec. All right. Yeah, this belly section, not great. This is like a pregnant juvenile Artic Char. I think that'll work, actually. Let's try to get that bottom section. And a little bit here. And a little bit here. Yeah. All right. What color eyes does an Arctic Char have? I don't know. I do not know. I'm debating. I'm going to thin out the belly. So let's fluff it up. The second orange craft fur section, I tied it back. I should have just trimmed it off. And that's what's causing the problems here. And I'm just going to pull them out. Just thin it out. Thin it out. See how that looks. A little bit better. A little bit better. All right. A little bit better, not much. But I'll have to do. And take that off too. Okay. Let's do some eyeballs. You gotta get good eyeballs for Arctic Char. I don't know what kind of eyes Arctic Char have. Red eyes, black eye. I think a darker eye. But how big? How big is the question? It might be too small. Let's go slightly bigger. This is a good one. Silver with a black pupil. Silver with a black pupil. Okay. Now I'm just flattening it out a bit, shaping it, flattening it out. Super glue. And toothpick. The super glue reacts quite strongly with the natural material, which is kind of what we want. We want it to make that chemical bond, but you got to be careful. So we'll do 1 drop in, and then 2 drops in, and 3 drops in. All right, time is of the essence here. Let's place our eye. That's good. And let's do the other side. One drop in. Two drops in. 3 drops in. It's penetrating all that material. It's getting hard. It makes the head super solid. And set the eye. You don't want, if you squish her down, it'll lie flat. It'll ruin the shape of the head. We want to keep the integrity of the head by saturating it with super glue. That's good. Yeah, this side is already super hard. We want to shape it, so we're just gently pressing so it'll set. All right. We got a little issue right here. So we'll take care of that, and then maybe this looks more like a bluegill than a Arctic Char. It's too short. It's too fat. Take down some of that. Let's pick that wing out just a bit, see if we can thin it up. We have a nice transition from wing to head, which is good, but we just have too much, giving it a bit of a bulky look. So we'll pull some out. See if that helps. Didn't help much. All right. We'll just have to live with it. This is the bluegill Arctic char. Let's put a little bit of color on the back. Copic. We'll just use permanent. I'm gonna put a little bit of color, just getting the tips of this, the hairs, not penetrating too deep. Toward the head. Then maybe some right there as well on the side. And we're done. Don't mess with it too much. All right, there is our bluegill char. Bluegill char. Finished. Thanks for watching. The white, yeah, this side, the white, the goal was to get the white pectoral fin, and I think we accomplished it. There's a white stripe underneath, so that's lovely. Other than that, the original tires pattern was significantly better. I should have used less material and then longer material to give it a more of that trout baitfish style pattern. And we ended up with like a bluegill, but still fun. Thanks for watching.